Hello guys, it's Tonton from Set948. Welcome on my channel and welcome for that Sunday morning video. Today, what do we do today? We talk about how to prepare for preparation phase, or how to prepare for preparation and for battle phase. So of course you will be able to to take part on Monday on preparation phase and on Saturday on battle phase, but there are things you can start doing and most of you know them, but I just want to kind of cover it all and cover the basic. On Saturday you have matchmaking in SVS. On Sunday at reset, so between Saturday and Sunday you know your opponent, so for us it's 9 to 6. You can quickly see a few things, right? If you look at their castle, you can look at the message of their president. So that's more like a message about welcoming new players from transfers. So they want to steal our castle, which is fair enough. And you have their state buff, right? So their strategy for buffs. I find it actually a bit weird that they do tech on Friday. But that's really up to them. Many states do that before T11. But once you get T11, you might want to do buffs, research on Tuesday. So if people are unlocking T11 on Tuesday, then they can train troops and promote troops on Thursday. So for a state that is, doing very well, I'm a bit surprised with their choice, but whatever. For us, it's a bit better what we do, but maybe they find it better. Maybe they did agree. That's okay. So if you look at the castle as well, you can look at how it works. Last time it was a straight 3 hours battle for local Sandfire. So that's not SVS Sandfire, but that's local Sandfire. It means that they are likely working together and sharing castle. Basically, if it's a clear, unless this is the first alliance and that the strongest alliance, which is not the case, then it means that they are cooperating and rotating, so it's a sign that they are working together. It's not a big deal, but you get an idea, right? That's not too... You don't get much from here. And what is interesting is Hall of Fame, right? So you can see that their local presidency rotation and that the SVS, so odds are local Sunfire and even are SVS. So you can see that they are rotating, it seems. It's never the same, and they are rotating with a lot of different alliances. Hey Vanya, she's one of my ex-teammates. We used to play in 65 together. I know she's one of the R5 in one of the alliance. I know she's watching sometime. So you see that, okay, they are rotating, so they are working together, very likely. And you can see, so the even ones, right? 2, 4, 6. Last time they were Supreme President, so that means they won, it doesn't mean they won Prep Phase, but that means they won Castle. Supreme President, it means they won both Prep Phase and Castle, actually. So they won Prep Phase and Castle last time. They at least won Castle last time, we don't know about Prep Phase. So that was 3 weeks ago now, because battle is in 1 week and every 4 weeks. So it was 3 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, 11 weeks ago. They won prep phase and battle. Then only battle. We don't know prep phase and battle. So every prep phase and battle. So you see, like, these guys are winning prep phase and battle 50% of the time. It seems. Maybe a bit less if you go back, so maybe they are now stronger than they used to be. But before, that's July last year, August, June. And you see the last time they lost the castle, and the last battle was, and probably prep phase then, it was in May. So you already get a feeling that these guys are serious. They lost their first SVS, basically. That's it. That was probably the first 2 local before you get SVS. They lost their first SVS and they never lost again. They might have lost prep phase, but they never lose battle. So that's one thing. So you get an idea that it's probably a strong state. And if I go to let me prepare the next stuff. So that's one thing. So just by, going here, clicking on their states, you get a feeling, right? Of course, you can go around and you can look at their alliances, right? That's an option. You can see their territory. You can, if you zoom far, you see that it's probably a main alliance and a farm or something like that. Some alliances here, and you can quickly see, where they are, and you can get the location. That's something you want to do, right? I did not mean to go there yet with the video, but so LFR, so that's Vanya's the zooming in and out sometime on BlueStack is not working the way I want. So you can see that it's a bear trap, right? So either you want to check their players, hey Vanya again, or that's not the strongest alliance, or you want to bookmark it, so you know that if you want to fight before castle or after castle, you know where they are. So basically, if I started to bookmark their alliances, I need to do more. But you see Dar, which is a let me check. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, it's the strongest alliance. What I find weird about Dar is like they have so many strong players, right? And in between, is it the same alliance? Maybe it's not. Yeah, the same. And in between, they have like super weak ones everywhere. So I don't know if it's maybe an alliance that is a transition, like from another state to that one, and maybe don't have all their players yet. But they look very powerful because they have AC8, FC8, FC8, and some of these guys are powerful, and we'll talk about it later. But you see, they have. I mean, power it doesn't mean a lot in this game, right? And it means they are here for a while because that dude was president for a long time. You've seen his picture a lot, Dar Juju, Duju. So they've been there for a while, but it's a bit weird that such a strong alliance has, so many weak accounts in their territory. So I don't know what's going on here. It's a bit weird. I would expect them to be stronger. So you can basically go around and find people's alliance. And you bookmark top 10, or something like that. Every good hive that you want to go and fight, But you see, if you zoom out, you don't see where are the territory. It takes a bit of time for the game to load and update. You need to move slow. But you can clearly see where are the hives, right? And you just need to zoom in and see, So that's the zoo, and I think I already have zoo. Yeah, I already have it. So yeah, so you can go around, you can bookmark the alliance, and if you scroll, now if you zoom a lot, it's very easy, right? You just have to zoom a lot, click on the glass, magnifying glass, and because I'm on BlueStack and zooming out is not always good, it's a bit slow, so there I can bookmark these guys as well, because there are a lot of targets for me, so it's a Korean. So that you want to map out, so you get some information from their castle, you get their strategy from their castle, hopefully, when they use the buffs. Why is it important for us if we are ahead? Let's say we are ahead Tuesday and we say, yeah, we are killing it. They don't use the same buff as us, so Tuesday we should be ahead. Because they are using their, because we are using research buff and they are not, right? So if Tuesday we are not ahead, it means they could be potentially a lot more strong. They are stronger basically in the preparation phase, and that means we have to really push very hard the next couple of days for beast killing and polar killing and training as well. That means it's gonna be a very tough battle. So it's giving you some information. So that's something to go about in game quickly. Get their hives. Find them, bookmark them. You can go a bit further, especially if you are just looking for points. Sometimes you can just go around and see if you have a few targets on like outer alliance that are a bit further from the middle, basically. But often at that point of the game, they are dead alliance. There is nobody in these. So let me go on Discord. Will it show up? No, it doesn't. I don't know why my showing Discord is not always easy. Okay, it does. I fixed it. I just need to make it a bit bigger for you guys. So you do that on Discord wherever you want, but often it's on Discord. So you see, we could get the declaration. So that's what we've seen in the castle. So you know, we know their strategy for buffs. Then you want to create a city. So one of your, some of your players want to create a city on your opponent's state, so you can access leaderboards, and I think you get that city level 7, and then you can get the arena as well, but you need to go to level 8 or 10 or something. So you want at least one player to make a city, to create a new account in their state, to get access to the leaderboard. So if you look at the leaderboard, you can see that in terms of power, right, that's not super strong. Like if you compare to us, like that's a bit weird to me, but why not? If you compare to us, that's how it looks for us, right? And if you look at them, it looks like that. So, I mean, there are 4 alliances that are kind of close in power. For us, we have 2 alliances that are pretty much ahead, and 2 alliances that are a bit below their top 4. So they have a top 4 as well, like we have. Basically, for us, it's quite clear. The state is mostly 4 alliance. Their state is mostly 4 alliance, and they are a bit more. They have like similar power, right? When you look at the leaderboard. So that does not tell you much, but it's why not? It's a bit of information. Then you have the power ranking, right, of their players. So again, here does not tell you much, but you have an ID. If I'll open it on my screen, it's similar to us in many ways. But again, it's power. It could be only troops. Why power does not tell you much? If people are not smart, in some way, and they mostly they buy packs to train troops, and they don't buy packs to increase their stats. Like that means nothing. Like that's it's empty power. So, but at this stage of the game, people know what to do, so most likely these are some strong players, for sure. Then you have the hero power. So that's the strongest hero someone have. So for us, we are 18 million. So we are a bit below their number 4. And then we have 16. So basically, for them, they have like 4 super strong players. And for us, I mean, we have 4 super strong players as well, but they're a bit weaker overall. It's kind of the same if you look at it. One thing when we look at these stats, right? Keep in mind that it's before SVS preparation phase, right? So, like some of these guys might not go strong on that SVS, and ours could, and maybe all of them will go strong during the prep phase. Maybe some of ours will go stronger, or they will go stronger. Like you don't really know what it's gonna look like at the end, because some people could have said for 2 or 3 months, right? So they look stronger. If you look at us, I'll show you in a moment. So that's how can I put them side by side? Let me try to do that. Okay, let me mess up my setting a bit, and let me do Discord. It's not really side by side the way I want it, but can I change the layer? I'll do that later, but you get them a bit. Kind of side by side right now. It's not the best, but that's what I know how to do. So if you compare it, like our weakest, our strongest is Rick, and he's a bit below. He's quite below their stronger player, but that's only one hero, right? So you could have someone that has overall one hero that's super strong and some that are less. It depends. So we're gonna look at the next one. The next one is total hero power. So that's all heroes. So if you look here, they are stronger as well, right? And someone could be stronger here because they have 2-3 matches that are strong. what we care in SVS is how strong is the first march. So that's why we go to arena after that. So there you get an idea, right? But you see they have a lot of strong players. We do have some as well. Overall, we are weaker here in average on, you know, for level top player versus top player. We are weaker. Our strongest player is somewhere near, is between their number 4 and 3. So yeah, so not amazing for us. But still, you know, it's not too far. We will see in a minute, but Suju should not be fully maxed, right? So then we want to go to the next one that we have. So it's pet power. So here again, you know, tells you that they spend more than us. They have 5 million pet power more, and they have 2 very strong people. We are decent with pets, but we are not, you know, amazingly strong. So overall, you start to have you start to see, right? They are just stronger in many ways, and you can check Labyrinth as well. I think it's a good nowadays. It's a good how do you say? It's a good showcase of power, because that's like Labyrinth. You have some about shift gear, and you have some about hero gear, and you have some about charms, and you have some about technology. So overall, the overall ranking is good to see people's power, right? For me, I'm a bit below because I've been, you don't see I'm 22 because there is my face, but I've been saving for 3 months, so I'm kind of lagging behind. So I hope to get back to, I don't know if I can be top 10. Maybe these guys are spending a bit too much, but maybe I have a small chance to get back here. But again, it shows us, okay, we are weaker. We know that at this stage, we know we are weaker. So let's go to arena. I'll zoom again a bit. So you can see in arena, I'm not gonna compare versus us. What we care in arena is to get to know their best hero on each, you know, their best gear on each heroes. So if you look at infantry, what we see in that one, and we have 2 screenshots to see 5 heroes because there are 5 heroes in the arena. You see that it's max for infantry, and it's very high for essence stone. So it's level 100, and essence stone are, you know, 16, 18, 17. So it's the max is 20 for essence stone, so it's quite good. To be honest, it's quite good. Very likely, we see his marksman gear as well, so 99, 79, 79, 79, and essence stone 20 to 15, 16, so it's decently strong as well here, and we assume it's gonna go up. You know, some of these will turn into 100 or 80 plus. He will probably have a lot of mithril to use. And if I look at the second screenshot, so I guess we can see, is that the same player? So okay, so the first one was Gemma, one of their player. So Gemma has max infantry. We see everything, right? Okay, so it's different players, sorry. So it has max infantry on level 100 and decent on essence stones. Lancers are a lot weaker, but that's normal, and then marksman is quite stronger. So they are probably not using our strategy, which is 60 infantry, 40 lancers. They're probably using something else. So that tells us, you know, if that guy is a rally leader, we know we're gonna play against infantry, lancers, marksman setup, so we can try to counter that, right? Then that's Suju. So Suju is very strong, probably one of their strongest player, and we can see mostly, we can see only, he has max infantry as well, because the person that posted the screenshot confirmed, and so he probably level 20 for essence stone and level 100 for the rest, and he's level 100 nearly everywhere, and very high essence stone, so that's a lot stronger than the previous person we see, and that's why that guy is so strong in the hero power ranking, right? And that's Duju, that is a strong player as well, so you can see the difference, right? Duju is not maxed. Essence stones are a bit below on some marches, particularly Nora, particularly Lancers. So yeah, so you know, when you know people in your states, you can compare and you can have a good idea about, you know, will we get castle in 1 rally? We will get castle in 3 rallies, like how it's gonna work, right? So that's kind of And the last thing you can do, let me do that, and let me fix my, let me just go back to it, is getting a report, right? So now that you've seen Arena, now that you've seen leaderboards, you want to get a report. And luckily enough, we got some reports. And we got Suju report, and that was a month ago, 20 days ago, so 3 weeks ago. And you can see that Suju is actually, okay, I was hoping he's not maxed, but he's maxed. And you can see zeros, and that was a month ago nearly. So you can expect Suju to be maxed, basically, in terms of level on Lancers and stuff like that. And that was his, you can see his percentage, right? But that was a solo march. So he basically used the march versus a rally. And you know, okay, so they defended with not that many troops. I mean, they have good percentage, right? I'm a bit surprised that they are not... Well, it's a march versus a rally, right? So that's fair enough. But see, like he nearly... I mean, he got half of the rally. So, yeah, so he's very strong. So Suju will be actually a problem. I think I look at... We have 2 reports, and I think I look maybe at the other one. Yeah, I look at Gemma, and I thought it was the same report from the same player. So I'll keep them, and I'll put them in our channel to prepare for strategies. So yeah, so we actually are against a max player. So that's gonna be a bit troublesome. So if you have a report, if you have arena, if you know what you are up to, you know the stats of your strongest player, and they have an idea where they will be and how they will line up again that. So you start on Sunday. You can, if you have all of that, you can start to think of your strategy. Like, okay, we need 2 rallies, we need 3 rallies, we need 4 rallies, we need 2 alliance to do counter rallies. Like you can start to think ahead and plan a bit. I won't go too much into like fighting strategies and details on that video. I'm not the expert on that, to be honest, as well, and I'm not trying to. I leave the whales and the big spenders dealing with that. I have my fair share of things to do. I know the principle, I know the basics, and understand the game decently, but I'm not the absolute expert. So that's the overview you want to have as quickly as possible. So by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, so you know. But for us, we like to have it on Sunday, so we know. Like right now, it's always important for us to win prep phase, and we won every prep phase that I joined the state 3 months ago, and by a huge margin. But the matchups were easier. Not like we had very strong opponents in terms of max player, so we knew the battle will be tough. But these guys might be tough as well on the preparation phase. So I'm glad I saved on my farm and did not push last event, so I have a lot more to use, and I'm glad I saved on my main for 3 months, so I can push a lot harder as well. So I think it's gonna be a real tough fight. So that's how to prepare for battle. So how to prepare for preparation, basically. And you've just seen that kind of messages, right? We ask people to contact. So usually what you do is you want to have a team, a duo of President and Minister of Interior, which are actually not the guy that's helping yet, but I guess we will swap the Minister of Interior, right? So he can actually, because Minister of Interior can give title and schedule titles, and President can do that as well. So our team is from the actual President, so it's Car for us. So it's Mr. Mad Unicorn that is somewhere, but not here, and his right hand on someone helping. It's her, so it used to be Aidan, now it's St. Patrick Moon, 25 Moon. So we have these 2 people basically collecting, and I'll show you how it looks in a minute, but these people are collecting which ministry people want. So they either want, for construction, you probably know that, right? But for construction and research, you want vice president because you get 10%. So for us, it's Monday, Tuesday. And then for Thursday, you want training, right? So if you care to win prep phase, you cannot let people claim this title on the days of SVS prep. You have to prepare a list. You have to collect names and time slot, and for that you have to set thresholds. About you will get a spot, like what we tell people in our stats basically is if you use 800 fire crystals, if you use at least 30 days of research, if you use 25 plus days of trainings, you can get a spot. You will very likely get a spot. So you have to contact the people in charge with the title you want, the day you want it. So let's say I want a Minister of Education on Thursday. I have 110 days speed ups. No fire crystal because it's for training day, and then I want it between let's say 10 UTC and 12 UTC because that's my lunch break. So I'll send that to them, and you can do it. Some people do with a web form. You can you fill the information on a web form. Some people do it alliance by alliance, and they are filling a shared drive, a shared Google Sheet they have, or a shared Excel. There are many ways to go about it, but for us, we contact two people. You give them information you need, they need, and they will slot you. So for example, for me, I'll be 10:30 UTC in the morning on 3 days. So I'll be on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. They gave me the same time. So I set a reminder in my personal calendar. So I know I need to go online, and I have 30 minutes to do that. So we are recruiting for days now to get a list of people and show you how it could look. And that's what we do. But you could do differently on your states. Then after that, Discord, we put a list on our Discord, and we give the names, right? So people can see. So that's our Monday, for example. So our Monday is nearly filled. We are missing. We don't have a lot of. We have some US folks, but not many Asians. So we kind of this time slot may be a bit harder to fill because that start to be late for the US. EU is sleeping, so Asia is mostly awake, so that's a good spot, to fill. But you want to have your day filled. So you see, we start at midnight, and we finish. Every 30 minutes is filled. So basically, like Sunday for a few hours before reset, they will likely put like farms and empty accounts to go up to Monday midnight. So we have a queue of accounts that don't need titles, but because you cannot queue, you have to make a complete queue. Like you cannot queue Morrigan at 6 a.m., I believe, if you don't have all the other people slotted before. So here, we will need to fill that, or we will need to use filler accounts, like farm, secondary accounts, people, account that's not gonna use a title, but just to fill the queue. And then later today, they will basically fill the day with all of that. So we know who is pushing, who is not pushing. You can check in your alliance, like for example, if there are some of the whales that saved and they are not in there, you can contact them and say, hey guys, get the title, make sure you spend. It's gonna be a very tough, probably a very tough prep phase. So that's allowing us to get an idea about who is pushing, who is not, and get people that should be there as well. And if at some point you have too many people, it used to be the case that the title lasts for 1 hour, and before you had to prioritize people with more speed ups and more fire crystals, because it was hard to get. You had only 24 people a day. Now you can get to 48, even 49, and I'll tell you in a minute how. But you can get to 48 people, so usually it's enough. But you want to make sure that all your strong players get the titles, especially the ones that are spending a lot of speed ups and things. If you want to get one extra person, instead of doing midnight, you start at 23:45 UTC the day before, right? I don't know if you see at the bottom, and you do it like that. So it's instead of being at on the clock and then 30 minutes later, you do it at 15, right? So it's 23:45 up to midnight 15. Then it's midnight 15 to midnight 45, and so you can squeeze one more person per day, basically, that way. And that means you will get one more person as well the next day and the last person you choose, if that's someone that needs construction and research, then you can put when you do Monday and Tuesday like us, you can put a person that will do first 15 minutes they will do construction, which is enough, and next 15 minutes they will do construction, which should be enough as well. And now the president can schedule states buff as well. So when that's scheduled, you know, like our president and minister of interior can do that before they go to them. They can schedule the title at midnight, and they don't have to be on all day at midnight to put all of these people and to manage that, right? Of course, they will need to be on to double check and make adjustments if needed. And if someone has a change of agenda and they have a shit ton of things to use, you might want to move them around and find a replacement. And of course, there will be like little changes and, you know, crisis management on day of SVS prep. But that's kind of, I think that's how you should do it if you are serious about prep phase. And that's a bit of work, and you need to find a workflow that works for your states, basically. And we do that for Tuesday, we do that for Thursday, so we know exactly how it looks, you know, and that's really helpful, I think. That's one of the biggest things you can do for prep phase, not to waste. Let me check my notes. So we went through titles, enemy stats, which yeah, okay. So one thing, I think there is only one thing I want to talk to you about. So you prepared, everyone is slotted to use what they have in their bags. For me, I will actually send a message today to the Alliance that we might have a tough matchup, so to really push hard, not to refrain and not to consider skipping that SVS prep, for everyone to push hard. We need to win because we are against a max player, and that's the big issue on a state like us. When you are, you know, we are a 5 SVS star Alliance, so we won SVS regularly. We are a very active state, we won prep phase, so we are faced against opponents that are very strong, but we don't have a max player. So if you're a max player and you watch the video and you are looking for SVS focus states, we really, and a peaceful state, we are not burning each other, we are working together very well. So if you're looking for that kind of states, you know, please get in touch. We really, that will be the last thing we miss, basically, is ideally, in a perfect world, we help a bit KND, they're a bit below in power in player activity, so we help them a bit with recruiting, and we have a fifth alliance that is as strong as the other one, basically. Most states have 2 or 3 or 4 alliances, so if you have 5, even 6 that are very active, you are so, like, and with some farm accounts, and you did not burn your state down that nobody is displaying anymore outside the top 3, you are so much more likely to win prem phase every time without thinking. And then if you need, you know, a very good strong max player, so there is not, even if you have different kind of max players, right? When I say max players, you know, it's mostly about chief gear, chief charm, that kind of stuff. We saw that for heroes, you know, maxing all of these to level 20 for Essence Stone and maxing all of these to level 100 takes a lot of money and time. So there could be a difference here, for example. But if everything else is maxed and the difference is just on the hero gear, you can double rally and take someone out, right? For us, if it's a max player, for charms, for everything, a bit more research, plus extra gear, it takes 3 or 4 rallies to take them out. And if they know how to reinforce in between our rallies, and if we are not good at timing our rallies well, then it's very tough. So yeah, so one thing you want to do regarding battle. So now you are ready, you have a strategy, you know when you use your buffs, when you stats use your buff, what you can do if you wanted to, and I cannot show you, I can show you actually. Let me show you SVS. Just let me move that and do master sheet. Yes, so that's the SVS schedule, right? So Monday you can use Chief Gear, Fire Crystal, Research, Troops. Research and Troops bad because you want Research on Tuesday and we want Troop on Thursday. So Research, Troops bad, Construction good, Fire Crystal good, Chief Gear whenever. But if you use all your Chief Gear on Monday and all your Construction, all your Research on Tuesday all your shards, all your spins, and then you use all your pets on Wednesday, and you train. You're gonna make no points nearly on Friday, and at the end of the day, you make the point you make, right? If you use everything you have in your bags, you make. But in terms of strategy, sometimes it's better to delay a bit using stuff. So you use construction Monday, you use research, and you spin the wheel, and you start to use some hero shard if you want on Tuesday, but you can keep your hero shard for Wednesday, and you can kill beast and focus on that. So the last day you can use hero shard is Wednesday. By then you should have used your fire crystal shard, your refined shard, and your fire crystal, because there was 2 trainings. So like you don't save your fire crystal shard for Friday, right? Then chief charm, you keep it for the last day possible, right? So Tonton as well, mithril, pet, you keep everything for the last day and you delay when you spend it. Why you do that is the quicker you use it, the more you give a chance to enemy whales to adjust, and they could go crazy to win a SVS, especially in the early, in your first few SVS. Like for us, a whale is probably not gonna spend 1,000 or 2,000 euro on any packs they can find to win prep phase at this stage of the game. There are too many SVS. It's once a month. Unless you are a millionaire and you don't care about 2,000 euro, but for many people it's a lot of money, even for the big whales. So they're not gonna do that. If it's your first SVS, your second SVS, maybe they will do that. So if you use things as late as you can and don't forget to use it, that the risk, you don't want to forget to use it, is you don't give a chance to your enemy to see, okay, they are so much stronger than us, I'm gonna win SVS with basically spending money. And man, if they have 2 or 3 whales that are spending a lot, of course, most of the time they anticipated and they have their bag fulls. But if they use every training speed up they can in the game, they empty every packs they can. Like we had that happen once, and it's very bad. So overall, it does not change much, and it's unlikely to happen. But the best strategy is to use things as late as you can, and to use things when they are the buff. So that's something I publish on the Discord of my alliance and the States, so people see visually when it's time to use what. And fire crystal, you kind of want to use them here, right? Here you want to use shards, here you want to use crystals and refined, basically. Let me look at my notes. Okay, I forgot the last thing I wanted to mention before that, but I thought it was a good addition to get an idea, so you can publish that, and people know what to expect and stuff like that. So it's good your state. I mean, after a while, your state is used to it, but that's good, a good education to do for people. So one other thing I highly suggest you do. Where is my game? My game is here. Is to alliance. I'm not gonna do it. It's too soon, so you want to do it later in the week. But I'll show you. Alliance vote. Will you participate in SVS battle and when? And there are a few ways to go about that. And usually you want to have a few options. What I've seen that's useful is first 3 hours, last 3 hours, full duration, not at all. So you don't allow for multiple selection. There is no need. You want to pin it and you want it to last for a while, right? But you need to do that closer to Saturday, to the battle day. If I do it on Sunday, 1 week before, some people might change their mind and they might not know their schedule and stuff. But if you do just, will you participate or will you not, then you don't have any nuances, right? So even if people participate for 2 hours, they will say, okay, first 3 hours I'll participate. And that's really important for rally joiners and your whales. And you want to, at that point of the, sorry, I shoot the mic, I hope it was not too loud for you. At that point of the of the week. On Sunday, you know their arena, you know their leaderboards, you know by experience when you have some, if it's gonna take 2-3 rallies, so you have to start to have an idea. But if you, let's say you need 3 rallies, let's say we think we need 3 rallies because their whale is super strong, it's a massive whale. It's not really the case, but the dude is very strong. We need at least 3 rallies. So if we need 3 rallies, we likely want to do counter rally strategy, which means 3 rallies for an alliance and 3 rallies from another alliance. That means we need 6 rally leaders. And that means we need, up to 30 rally joiners per alliance for 6 hours. Because we are weaker, we're not gonna keep the castle. For us, it's gonna take 3 rallies to take the castle. For them, it's gonna take 1 rally. Basically, that's how it works in that case. So we will send 3 rallies. We'll take castle, hopefully. They will send 1, they'll take it. So it's a lot harder for us. That's why we need a counter rally strategy. I'm not gonna in too much detail, but you see that for us, we need to know we need to have 6 decent rally leader. So with that poll, we know if we, when we have the rally leader, we have some people from the US, and SVS is very early for them. So maybe like some people, if they have family, kids, they need to put the kids to their kids activities, they need to go to family, like they might not be able to log in for the first 3 hours, right? Some people are working, some people, we have some Asian, people living in Asia, at least in terms of rally leaders as well. So the last 3 hours is hard for them because it's, it's midnight, it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Okay, it's Saturday, so people can, maybe go to bed late, but maybe some people work on Sunday or they have a family event, same, they have kids, they need to wake up in the morning. So you will have an idea about who is, can handle the first part of the battle, who can handle the last part of the battle, who will be there for the 6 hours. And for the people that are not present, you should not count on them. And if they show up, good. If they don't, that's just the way it is. And you can remove them from your alliance. In that case, for us, we are full, so we will need to remove people from our alliance. So to do the counter rally strategy, you might want rally leaders and rally joiners to swap between alliance regularly. So you might want to have 10 extra spots, or 15 extra spots. So you can remove these people, tell them in advance, we're gonna remove people that do not participate in SVS battle, put a bubble, go to a farm alliance if you want, teleport randomly, whatever, and you kick these people, you tell them why, and they know because they are used to it for now. They know that when we need space, we kick people that are not active for Sunfire Castle battle, and we need it, that's just the way it is, and we bring them back later. And so you get a good overview of who is playing and how they are playing, and and you can plan properly. And if we do that, let's say on Wednesday, for example, then we will have Thursday, Friday, Saturday to really adjust the battle plan. We can communicate it. We can double check with rally leaders. Okay, you will be rally leader. That will be your job. That's why, do you understand counter rallying? How does it work? Do you understand rallying? Can we get on voice to talk about it for maybe 3 or 4 hours? Like all that kind of stuff, you have time to figure it out with a vote like that. You could do more detail, right? You could be like first 2 hours, the hour in the middle, hour 2 and 4, and hour 4 and 6. You could do that. It gets complicated. You want to find a balance between getting the information you want without having too much detail. You shouldn't do it like a 30 minute per 30 minute window. Like, can you attend the first half or most of it? That's okay. It gives us, you can work with that in most cases. And if it's really your rally leader, then talk to them in private and make sure, But for us, it's as well helping us to know the true average we're gonna have in rallies. If we know we are missing a few FC6 or FC7 or FC8 players that are rally joiners, we know it's a bit harder. So we know as well we need to make sure the next stronger players are available and they understand what to do. So that's really about it. That's how to prepare for preparation. That's how to prepare for battle. I hope it helps. Like when I started to play the game, my states had no clue about it. They had no clue how to do all of that. And then we got told by a friend of a friend and someone playing the game already being like, okay, that's what you do. And it took us a few times to figure out. And, if you do that right away, and if you're on a new state and your state manage to be able to do that and to work together that way, man, you will be way off. Way, way off. So I hope it helps. Thank you very, very much for watching. Good luck for prep phase. Like I had to cancel yesterday's stream. I have some family issue coming up, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I'll be home in the next week, let's say. So there might be a few gaps in videos production and me creating content for you guys. That's just life. I'll do my best to do some, but if I'm not home, I don't have the computer and I don't have anything to record. So while I can play Whiteout on my phone, I don't have my setup to make proper recording. So if you don't see me for a few days, don't panic. It's just family stuff. A lot of love to you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.